Hi, this is Sanjana from Mockat, where you get directly mentored and coached by 99.9 plus percentilers. In yesterday's video, we spoke about starting mocks early. What should your strategy be and how you should analyze them to keep boosting your score all the way to CAT 2025. But if you're just starting with mocks, you could get this familiar spike of nervousness every time you take one, and specifically a lot of timer related anxiety. For a lot of MBA aspirants, the moment the timer starts running, the brain freezes, you might end up forgetting all of the formulae, and before you know it, 40 minutes has become 35 or maybe even 30. And then that's when the panic sets in. You start rushing, you end up making silly mistakes or poor choices, and you end up getting a score which is definitely not commensurate to the amount of prep that you've done and the effort that you have put in. Now, I have seen a lot of CAT aspirants battle this fear, and it's actually something which can be battled, it can be tamed to a large extent. And in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 practical and proven strategies that have worked for me and a lot of my students, as well as a bonus sixth one in case these don't work. My recommendation, start with the first two and then incorporate more and more tips if they don't work. Now, the first and I would say the most important strategy is to make sure that you're going in with a plan instead of winging it. If you have a clear strategy, it's telling your mind that you are in charge. Unfortunately, in the beginning, a lot of the times what we do is we will just go in and try to take them on. And that is where the fear sets in. So instead, have a slightly flexible strategy for every section. Now, I've spoken more about why your strategy should be flexible in yesterday's video, so I'll link that for you. Make sure that you check it out. But coming back to this, let's say you take about 15 minutes for an RC. Your strategy can be, I'll solve VA questions for the first 10 minutes and then I will solve 2 RCs in the remaining 30 minutes. In DILR, I'll go for question paper mode and then I will choose the 2 cases which seem to be easy. In quant, and a great strategy is the 688. And that is something which has worked for a lot of our students and the YouTube family. So I'll link that for you in the description as well. Check it out and use that. The second strategy is understand that the timer is something which is going to be there in mocks as well as in the actual exam. So try to train yourself for the timer. If you are comfortable with that little bit of pressure, when it comes to mocks or sectionals, you will be okay. What do I mean by that? Practice questions with a visible timer. You can download any free app and preferably use a timer which is bigger than the CAT timer. At Mockat, for example, our concept tests and our practice questions come with an upwards timer. This still adds a little bit of pressure, of course, not as much as something which is ticking downwards, but it's still something which gets you used to the timer. Or you could take up daily quizzes, which are usually about 15 minutes. Now, these, of course, don't have high stakes. It's not like a mock where you would feel upset if things don't go well. It's just a 15-minute daily quiz. If it doesn't work out, you can always take another, or you can come back tomorrow and take a fresh one. So this is also something which can help you acclimatize. So if you are going in with a strategy and the rest of the time you are actually getting used to the timer, typically a lot of your anxiety will get tamed. But if that doesn't happen, then try out this third technique. Remind yourself every time that a timer is a tool. It's not your boss. It's something which actually can help you out. So what should you do? In the verbal section, don't look at the timer till you finish reading the RC. Or if your reading speed is good, you could even read the RC and solve the questions and only then look up. Similarly, in DILR, finish off the case and only then check the timer. Or if you feel that, okay, the case is not really going well, I know I'm going slowly, I'm having to go back and forth to the clues, maybe then you can look at the timer and recalibrate based on how much time is left. If you keep checking the timer every minute, of course, it's something which is going to stress you. You are going to lose focus, and your focus is going to be on the clock rather than on scoring marks. Now, you would have noticed I didn't tell you anything for quant, and that's because the 688, of course, is something which works. So, based on your speed and based on how many easy questions there are in the first 6, for instance, you could say that, okay, I'm going to solve 2 or 3 questions. So, only after the first 2 questions are done, you look up and you see the time. The next one that you can try is try to rack up some quick wins early. This is something which will build your momentum and calm you down. So in verbal, for instance, you could go for VA questions. In DILR, you can go for a shorter case. A shorter case is a much shorter read. You can quickly solve it. And even if you get stuck, you'll probably realize it quicker than a much longer case with many more clues. So that's again something which could work. In quant, you are anyway trying to solve the easy questions, and these are singlets, so you will see the green add up. But verbal and DILR especially, this is something which could help you out. And once you do this, you'll see your brain shifting from panic mode or survival mode all the way to, hey, I've done some progress. Now bring it on. I'm ready for the next question. And last tip, remember that CAT is not an exam that is going to go perfect. Actually, if you're chasing perfection, that is when things go wrong, because you are stressed. If things don't go exactly according to your plan, then it could end up messing the entire section for you. Remember that even toppers waste time. Personal experience is something both Vignesh and I have seen, and this is something which we've seen with students who've ended up getting very high scores as well. So tell yourself this: I'm allowed to waste 10 to 15 minutes in every section. Each section is for 40 minutes. What I do in those 10-15 minutes doesn't matter. What I do with the remaining 25 to 30 minutes is what is going to boost my score. So give yourself permission to fail. It could be an RC that you thought was easy, but once you are done reading, you realize it's hard. That's okay. Leave it. You thought this DILR case was easy, but it's been 10 minutes and you're stuck, you're not able to solve it. That's fine. That always happens. Go on to the next one. You'll get better at identifying the easy DILR cases with time. And I do have a video for this which is coming up in a couple of days, so make sure that you have subscribed. Now, if these 5 tips still don't work or you still have some amount of anxiety, then here's a bonus tip for you. And that is, expand your comfort zone. Lean into the stress instead of trying to run away from it. What is the first thing you could do? Instead of taking the mock from the comfort of your room, take it in a mildly stressful environment. This can be a quiet cafe or maybe even your college library, anything where there are a few people, not too much noise, but decent internet as well. If this is not an option, you could even just play some music which you don't like or leave your door open so that there's some amount of disturbance. Another benefit of this is it's also getting you used to the actual CAT environment. In the CAT exam, you're going to be surrounded by other aspirants. There's going to be some announcement or someone's coming wanting your signature just as you are getting into that RC or that DLR case, right? So this is something which gets you used to that early. If at all this doesn't work, then here's something radical for you, but you should try this only after you've tried everything else for a few mocks. And that is, take up a sectional, let the timer run for 5 to 10 minutes as much as you can bear, and then start. Trust me, if you're taking 30-35 minutes for a sectional, the next time when you're taking it for 40 minutes, it'll seem like you have a lot of time. So try out these techniques and let me know which one was the most helpful. If you have any other techniques, please do share with the group. Or if you have concerns, put that in the comments as well and we will try to help you out. And if you need access to high quality mocks or you want to go the whole way and have access to videos, classes, as well as mentorship and guidance by 99.9+ percentilers, then check out mockcat.com, sign up today or call the number that's flashing on the screen in front of you. All the best.